Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So it has been a hot minute since I last did a DIY over here, so I figured what better way to kick off the summer than to show you how to do 2 DIY sun hats. So if you want to know how I did this one that just says just peachy and then a donut inspired one, then just keep watching. I figured the one that takes a little bit longer should be the first one that we try out. So all you're going to need is a sun hat, obviously, and then any kind of thread or wool of your choice. I chose this peachy tone one because I figured just peachy and a peachy tone one was kind of perfect. And you're going to need a sewing needle. I chose this one. It's big enough for the thread that I was using. Make sure the sewing needle that you have is like a wool sewing needle if you're using wool, just to make it so it's a lot easier. And then anything to mark down what you're actually writing. I find it's a lot easier rather than just going from word to word hoping that it all fit in. So I did speed these clips up quite a bit, mainly because you can actually see the words that I've written, which I didn't know at the time, but I still wanted to include this clip to actually show you guys how to space out your letters, etc. And I actually used my phone to look up the letters so I knew how to handwrite them. And then putting the wool, or mine was nylon, through my sewing needle. And then just drag a lot of it out like you usually would with any kind of thread until you have probably the amount that you think you're going to need. It's basically a guessing game at this point. And then just like you're about to marry the thread, you gotta tie the knot. You may notice there are a few of these clips that the underside of the hat is going to look a little bit on the messier side because that's where you're tying all the knots and going all the way through. So the one side will look pretty cool, but then the other side will look pretty messy. So what you can do, but I chose not to because honestly I don't really care all that much, but what you can do is glue or actually sew on some material to the bottom of it to make it look a little bit more neat. But like I said, I don't really care that much, but it's up to you, preference. And then once you're done that, you are done with this project and you're just going to take your pincushion, and same with this project, you're just going to put a pin in it. And then you're just going to continue on to the next one, which happens to be actually my favorite of the two, which is the donut inspired sun hat. So you're going to take a paintbrush and pretend it is a wand optionally, and pretend you're on the Disney Channel. And clearly, the only difference between a wand and a paintbrush is the paint that comes along with it. I chose to use some pastel colors because honestly when I think about donuts I kind of just think about pastel-y colors, so I use pink, purple, blue, yellow, orange, and some white. Before starting up this project you might actually want to put something underneath your sun hat because the thing about sun hats is they actually have little holes in them because they've been weaved. So the paint will come through just a tiny bit, and then once you've got that down, come in with the pink as the frosting. To make it even more clean cut, you could come in with some masking tape and just put that around the actual hat portion of it. I actually added 2 layers to the pink, obviously make sure they dry in between, just so that it could be more opaque. Then continuing on, we're going to add some sprinkles on this bitch. Just taking another little brush, because I didn't want to clean off the first one, I just started to add these sprinkles in random directions and random areas. Obviously, the more random of places that you put it, the more realistic it's going to look. And go between colors, because you're going to put the frickin' rainbow on this. Then once you're done sprinkling some sprinkles onto there, you are done with this project. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!